I have always struggled with my period. For this reason, I think it is so important to share how I kind of transformed my relationship with my period. I am seeing it as a sacred time to really nourish myself, my body, my mind, and I love to go inwards to really feel what my body needs and how I can support my body in the best way. So this year, I really started to do more research on the phases we go through as women. We have 4 different phases, and today I'm focusing on the menstrual phase, which is probably also the most known phase. So when you look at these different phases, there are also things you can support yourself with during each phase, and these are all very different. And when I started to notice the difference within myself, I started to feel so much better and realize that it is so helpful to live according to your cycle. So I've been tracking my cycle for a while. I've done it when I was younger, but I kind of forgot about it. And lately I've been tracking my cycle because it's just so helpful to understand how you feel emotionally and how you feel physically, and that it is all linked to the cycle. And it helps me to be more gentle and kind towards myself, to be more gentle with my body, and to also allow myself to eat certain things that usually don't make me feel so great about myself. Unfortunately, I have struggled with restricting habits, and I am working on these, and I think that looking at my cycle really helps breaking these cycles. So, yeah, during my menstrual cycle, I am a little bit more kinder, and when I crave chocolate or when I crave something that is a little bit more sweet or considered unhealthy, I try to plan these things, and I go with a friend to eat croissants. I love croissants. Or I allow myself to get some cookies. And I also notice that when I'm in my other phase or when I'm ovulating, I don't really want these kind of things. So it becomes easier to allow yourself to just enjoy the things when you feel naturally more hungry for them. Something else that I really incorporated during my menstrual cycle is just not pushing any HIIT workouts. Even when I feel energized, I usually feel like my body does not really like it. So I stick to stretching, long walks. I feel very good walking, or Pilates or Yin yoga, but something that is very soft to my body. Another thing that is kind of something that I have to do during my cycle, but also every other day, is just checking in with myself. And I notice that when I'm on my period, I just like to take the time. And when I'm ovulating, I don't really take the time, and that's okay. It is okay to have different routines and different habits for different times. So I love, pulling a card, I love journaling. I love my cacao, and cacao is actually really, really healthy because it has tons of vitamins and magnesium is really good for when you're on your cycle. And I just love to tune in with myself and check in with my intuition and just write and reflect and rest a little bit. If you experience bad cramps, then this can bring some relief, but also be mindful about your body. And if it doesn't feel good, I don't suggest you do this, but for me, it feels really, really nice, especially if the oil that I use is a little warmed up in my hands. So I basically just give myself a massage. I am really trying to love my belly. It is something that I've always felt a little bit insecure about. I don't know why. Maybe because I have like a shorter belly and longer legs. But yeah, I feel very much more connected in this way. So I've been actually doing this for a few weeks now, and I feel, even especially on my period, it feels really good, and it is something nice to do when you feel disconnected. So right now I am waiting for my period, and I am trying to take care of myself, and I notice that when I'm about to get my period, so usually a few days before, I start to feel really bad about myself, about how I look. And this is something that I've always struggled with, and I noticed that a lot of other women also struggle with getting their period and kind of like self-image in that way. I used to be someone who just avoided looking in mirrors, and now I'm trying to overcome that by just taking care of myself. And it is kind of weird because I realized that when I'm about to get my period, I usually don't like wearing makeup, and I feel prettier when I don't wear makeup because I noticed that it really comes from the inside. It doesn't really matter how I look. I will always find something that I don't like when I'm on my period. So yeah, things that I do to support myself in this phase. I sometimes get a few pimples before I get my period, but my skin is usually pretty clear when I'm on my period or right after. So I start to like go with the flow and kind of try to stop caring about it. It is just like something that I cannot control, and it's also something that I don't really want to control anymore. It's just being a woman, and it's okay. For my skin, I really love using shea butter, and I make my own whipped shea butter, but I'm out of it, so I'm just gonna stick with this face oil for my shoulders and neck because I feel like massaging, being very gentle with the skin feels really good. I'm also trying to empty most of the products that I own because I am moving to California next year, and I'm not trying to buy a lot of stuff. So I'm just trying to see what I can use and what I like. And I'm just being gentle, not in a rush to go anywhere. I think that is also the key, like really taking care of yourself and taking care of your skin. I don't think you should do that rushed. Yesterday, I got a compliment of someone at the grocery store, and that person told me that my hair looked like it was a lot of work, and I was just wearing it like this, and I thought that was so cute. But no effort. So I'm just massaging, and it feels so good. It just feels really good to get in touch with your own body, with your own skin. And yeah, this time, sometimes when I do this, I listen to affirmations, and I feel like we take good care of our hair, we take good care of our skin, but then sometimes we forget our neck, we forget our shoulders, and they need love too. Really opening up the lymph nodes. I tend to get really red, so I can see myself turning red, but I always have that, like since I was a little baby. So we're just gonna ignore this. My camera died. I'm sorry. For my face, I like to use this Pixi Glow Tonic, and I'm just gonna use it to use a light exfoliator. Already washed my face in the shower. Just like this because it gets my face extra clean, feeling extra fresh. One thing that I'm obsessed with is this magic lotion. It is the Protect Oil by Essie, and I think you can get it in the US too. It is just so good. Gives my skin the perfect glow, and you don't really need a lot. And I usually just put it here, on the forehead, and then I'm just gonna gently rub it in. It just gives the perfect glow, and it protects the face. And I'm using my gua sha. I heard that when you hear these, I don't know how to make it sound, but that's when you know that you need to use your gua sha. you want to use it gently. And I'm not an expert at this, I wish. But it also feels so good. But it feels really good. I wish I could get like a massage every day. That's my dream. Okay, so because I'm not wearing any makeup today, I'm just gonna use, well, not a lot anyway. I'm just gonna brush my eyebrows. Sometimes I fill them in just a little bit, but I don't feel like I have to do that today because I dyed them. And then I'm gonna use my curler. My lashes are getting longer, and I'm currently in a phase where I try to not use lashes. I've been using lashes since 2015, and I feel like that's why my lashes can't grow. So I'm really trying to protect and make them grow. And I feel like it's working. Like, you can't see anything, but trust me, there was nothing there. Like, when I put on mascara, it looks so weird. So I'm gonna use this Ordinary Lash and Brow Serum, and so far I feel like it's working. So I'm gonna continue to use it. This is the only one that I can use that don't leave my eyes in pain. And that's the look for today. Trying to embrace me naturally.